Hello everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. This is of course Rebuilding Goldcrest Farm Part 2, where I have been quite busy between Wednesday and today, and I have some very exciting things to show you. First of all, let me just navigate around all my machinery. First of all, show you the floating bush that we had last time is now gone. Thankfully I remembered to take that out this time. So it's no longer here, which is perfect. I've also done a few other bits and pieces further away in the map, mainly around the shop. I haven't got around to placing any of the equipment at the shop like I mentioned I would in the last stream, but I did get around to doing one thing. Let's just take our little pickup out for a spin. Some terrible driving straight off the bat there. I don't know why I took this road out. I use it all the time. You'll notice that there is something new here. This is of course the sheep pasture that we've put together with our feeding trough and water trough next to each other. I'll be honest and say I haven't tested this yet, and it is far from perfect. It's kind of thrown together a bit, but hopefully everything works as it should. There's fences all the way around, a few trees in the middle, and I put this shed sticking out of the fence line at this corner here. Both the gates on the corners work. Our trigger for unloading sheep is along here somewhere in this general area, and our pallets of bales should be across the road there, again in this general area. But how are we all doing this evening? I trust your week has gone pretty well. Welcome along there, Damon, and of course Josie is back being a chat moderator today. So as I mentioned, I moved the bales. That's why the Massey has moved away from our camper area, but I'm quite happy with what we've gotten achieved today. Now what I do need to do before anything else is I'd like to buy sheep today. That is one thing I would like to do. Now there is this water trailer, but it's a bit on the expensive side, so I'm kind of tempted to get this little potato one, and it's sort of a good start for us. So let's just go ahead and buy that. I also want to see how much the 24,000. Ouch. We are going to need this one because we will be doing chickens at some point, but you know what, let's just go ahead and get what colour should we do? Everyone in the chat, let me know what colour there should we get our sheep trailer in. There's a bit of a delay, so you'll see this screen for a couple of minutes. Yeah, thank you very much there, Josie. I spent a good few hours on it. I added a bit of an addition to my microphone this time, a software change, so hopefully the microphone is a bit louder than it was on Wednesday's live stream. But out of all these colours on the screen, purple, and we can't change the colour of the main trailer, but we can change the wheels and the roof, so I will go for purple. We won't have a number plate on it. Let's go ahead and buy that. That's another chunk of money right there. But what we're going to do is we are going to get the Ford here, and it's, in fact, on second thought, we won't. We will just take the pickup. Is the background music not coming through? Give me 2 seconds while I check that. Okay, that's the downside to tabbing out of the game there while I was having a look at the music. Straight through a field and everything. That's good stuff. I've turned the volume on the music up on the stream. Hopefully that resolves that issue. I've gone through the field again. Good thing it's not our field. It'll sort itself. We don't need to worry about that too much. But let's head down to the shop. You may notice a couple of the more subtle changes I have made to our town. Mainly, the biggest change I've made is I have taken away a few car parking spots, if you will. They're areas that the game would park cars in. So as you can see in here, there was cars parked like this all over this side of the car park too. I've taken all of those out. That was in preparation for putting machines in this area. That's going to be the display area for the machines, I think. But there's our purple trailer. We're going to leave that here for now, actually. And we're going to grab our little potato water trailer. It's a tiny little trailer. Could you let me know in the chat if the music is now up to a better volume? It stays at the same volume for me, so I can't really tell, but I have I've actually doubled the volume of it, so hopefully it's coming through now. Yes, 1,000 litres of well, water or whatever it is you want to put in it, really. I think you can only take a few different liquids, but it's a start for us. I don't want to be spending $9.5 grand on a water trailer. We'll get there at some point. Now, what I have noticed with this map is, given that this map is originally the standard map for FS17, there is water triggers everywhere. So I don't have to go too far for a water trigger. There is in fact one just over this way, if I can keep the pickup on the road. Conveniently very close to our sheep field. There we go, fill that up. That is a terrible sound. Is the background music, is that working now? Well, if the music is okay at that level, I can leave it at that. I can turn it up much louder, but I don't want it to be louder than my delightful commentary. Then again, it might improve the quality of my videos if you're not hearing me in them. You never know. One of the issues I have here is the grass is actually growing sort of through the bottom of the water trough there. But at least I know that it's working. I don't think it's got visible water in it though. Oh no, it does. I actually managed to do that part right. I'm quite pleased with myself. So that will be enough for now. We've got $27,000 left. What we need to do is we need to go and get our trailer. I'm going to use the truck for this. Maybe a bad idea. But I'm going to use the truck to go and get the animal trailer. But as per usual, if you've just joined the stream, feel free to say hello in the chat. This is an interactive series, so a lot of the decisions that are made will be made with your input, so feel free to offer suggestions or even just to say hello. Let me know that you're there, and if you are enjoying this live stream, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get up to, let's say 15 likes. Let's see if we can hit that 15 likes mark today. If we can get to 15 likes, I will take in-game driving lessons and become better at handling the equipment that I buy. That's my agreement. Look at that. That's only a curb. The amusing thing about my driving in this game is I actually have a driver's license and have been driving for almost 10 years in fact, and yet in a game, no idea how to drive. So what we're looking for is the animal place. There it is, down at Mary's farm, so all the way down the highway we go. That's relatively straightforward. With our nice black and purple trailer. It's actually a not bad colour scheme. Oh, the chat has now gotten completely spammed. Oh, there we go. We got a new subscriber. We've got quite a few new subscribers. I think need to update my goal. Thanks everyone for that. So we're heading down to Mary's farm, buy our first set of sheep, and make sure that the nav mesh I put in is working the way it's supposed to. I can't actually remember how to get to Mary's farm. I think it's across the river. Hi there, Dizzy Dips. How are you today? Oh, there's a lamppost. That's what happens when I'm too busy reading chat. Oh, I trust everyone's having a good day. Let me know what you've been doing this week, how your week's been going, and if you have any plans for this weekend. I'm doing not too bad, Dizzy. How's your week gone so far? I'm starting to wonder if this pickup was not the right choice for taking an animal trailer. It seems to be a little bit bouncy on the suspension. Let's see, the animal purchase trigger's along here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's been a very long. I think it's in there actually. I have the joy of trying to reverse this trailer in. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, let's buy ourselves 10 sheep. There we go. The sheep are in the trailer and we're ready to go. So, hopefully everyone's enjoying this live stream. This is an interactive series, so if there's anything that you'd like to see me do after unloading these sheep, give me suggestions in the chat and I will see what is it you want to do. We are a bit short on money, we can't afford any fields as of yet, but we can maybe do a contract job on a larger field possibly and bring in a bit of money. Oh dear. Well, that's not going to stress the animals out. Quite a nice busy stream we've got today. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you're all enjoying it. I am struggling to keep up with the chat a little bit, but Josie, my chat moderator, will hopefully help out with that one a little bit. yeah. Next time I think I'll definitely use the tractors for doing this in the future. Now, I put the trigger for the sheep somewhere up the top here. I can't remember exactly where. It's along here somewhere. Hopefully it actually worked. There it is. Let's unload our sheep, make sure that the nav mesh I put in is all working right. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. Well, we apparently have 10 sheep, so let's have a look at this page. They have water, they don't have any hay, but it is coming up that we own 10 sheep, they're just not showing in the field. I'll find out why that is after the stream at some point. But let's pushing all the wrong buttons now. Let's give them something to eat. This is the bales that we actually cut from the area that I put the sheep field into. Oh, I think we'll just give them 2 to start with. That should be enough. If I could pick it up, that would be much better. Oh, maybe it's full. I expect it would be. Yeah, it's full. I'll just leave this bale over here to the side then. Let's go back into the pickup. How are you doing there, Massey Powerly? Quite a good name you've got there. Nothing wrong with a little bit of Massey Power on a farm. Speaking of which, I've left that one running. It's probably going to run out of fuel by the time I get back to it. Just going to leave this trailer next to our lovely camper home. We'll have to do something about getting a house sorted at some point. Let's take a little trip up and see if the sheep have gone into the old sheep pasture. Hopefully not, but we'll take a trip over. Some of it's still there. The fences are still there. I moved the triggers away though, and the buildings and some other bits and pieces. Let's not drive across our field. I find this truck a bit bouncy at the best of times actually. So we're at 17 likes so far. Let's see if we can get up to let's say 25. Let's set 25 as our next like goal for that one. Sheep aren't here either. Maybe I did something I wasn't supposed to, or maybe 10 sheep just don't show up. I don't know. Might just have a setting off. And what I'll actually do is I'll quickly tab out the game, and I'm going to change my my subscriber goal. Let's set it to, let's go ambitious, let's go to 300. And let's see, where is it? There we go, that's updated. Feeling a bit ambitious. Let's see if we can get to 300 subscribers this week. Well, this weekend, really, that would be quite nice. Since we're already at the end of the week. It's been a very quick week. What's everyone been up to this week? It's almost like rally driving with this pickup at times. Right, let's go and see if we can make enough money to buy Field 15. I think we'll check the price of Field 15 first, actually. I never know, there might even be a mission there. I would doubt it though, because it's a starting field. How was school this week, Blake? Hopefully it was a good week for you. Oh, there is a mission here. They want us to, what, seed? That's a small seeder for a big tractor. 61,000. Let's try that one again. Give me a better tractor. You know what? I actually like that setup. I'll go for that. I'm surprised there's a mission here. I'm glad school was good for you this week, Blake. At least it's Friday now, you'll get the weekend off. I wonder what it is we're planting. Planting corn. I would suggest to anyone that they try this game, War God Eco. This is got to be one of my favourite games of all time. I personally cannot wait until FS19 comes out on the 20th of November. I'm certainly going to be recording a series of that and live streaming it straight after it comes out. It's definitely on my to-do list. Ah, some dodgy driving right there. It's not going to take us long to get this field planted with corn, and it will give us a bit of money and lower the price of this field as well. Always a good thing to happen. The other choice we have is we can always lease a field, but that will cost us in our long term. We'll have to pay for that. I'm not sure if it's daily we pay for that, or I've never leased a field before, if I'm being honest. I have no idea how that works, but I do know that we will have to pay for it. Ah, the lovely beep of a seeder not happy that is not on the ground. Luckily this is not our equipment. We only have to work the field. We certainly don't have to fill any of the seeders. We don't even have any seeders of our own for that matter. That's definitely something that we're going to need to work towards getting. But we have sheep now. Hopefully they will be producing wool. Well, they've got consumables and they are producing wool. So after this field we'll have a look, make sure that the wool is producing where I want it to be. Hopefully it is. But we might even be able to see from here. It seems to be. Unless a bale's rolled off, but I don't think it has. It's a bit foggy this morning. I might speed time up to get rid of that. I actually... War God Eco, I believe that Steam has a sale on currently for FS17. So if you were looking to purchase the game, now would possibly be the best time to do it. I'm not sure if that sale is still on or if it's ended, but I got an email a couple of days ago saying that there was a sale on for Farming Simulator 17, so it's definitely worth having a look at. And for this game, it's not particularly expensive either. I believe it's just for the base game is only, I think, £18. It's not terrible. Yeah, I will be doing more live streams, Annie. This particular series will be Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, with a bit of map editing while it's not being live streamed. So at the end of every live stream we'll decide if there's any map editing that needs to be done, and if so, what. For example, at the end of the last live stream I asked the chat where we should put the sheep, and it was decided that the sheep would go in the area that they are. Unfortunately there's no animated sheep in the field, which is a bit unfortunate. I'll have to look into that one. We'll try and get that sorted before Monday's live stream. I'm missing loads of this field. I'm looking to do a giveaway. It'll probably be towards the end of next month. Will be a giveaway. I've never done a giveaway before, so not sure how to really work it yet, but that's something I am looking into. But stay tuned to the live streams. I will announce it at the most relevant live stream, as well as the pre-recorded videos around the time coming up to it as well, on how to take part and things. It'll be done in a sort of a competition style giveaway, but I've not worked out the details just yet. Almost done here, about almost 3/4 of the way through this field. This will get us a bit of money. I never even bothered to check how much money we were getting for this. But at least the land's getting done right next to where we're spending most of our time. I do like this tractor. An old Ursus, I believe it is. Yep, an Ursus 1614. Very nice little tractor. Let's have a look at the in-cab view. Very nice. Well, thank you for looking that up for me there, Josie. I wasn't far off with the price I said there, but it's always worth checking for Steam. They quite often have deals on. There is other places you can get the game from as well. My day was not too bad. How was yours there, Annie? There is currently, I believe, 5 DLC packs for Farming Simulator. 4 of which are available on Steam. One of which is not. One of which is I'm not sure the easiest way to get a hold of it, but I got a hold of it through the Farming Simulator website direct. That was, of course, the Modern Classics DLC. That one is currently not available on Steam for whatever reason. Yeah, I think a poll on that would be a very good idea there, Josie. There we go. We're just over $5.5 grand we got for that. That's not terrible. Oh, the truck's starting to get quite dirty. That's what we like to see. Unclean machinery. Yeah, there we go. there's where the wool will currently be left. I am going to move that so that the wool trigger is in the barn at the top up there, so I have to go into the field to get the wool out. I think that would be quite a nice way of doing it. But with £28,000, in fact, before I get carried away, let's just stop the truck there. Let's go and see if there's a spraying job or something to do on field 15 here. No, but it has brought the price down a little bit. Now we've made it to 20 likes so far on this video, well, this live stream. Thanks to everyone who's hit that like button. If you haven't already, please feel free to. This field is 97 grand. That is extortionate. That is unreal. It's a nice tractor, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the time, get rid of this fog. The fog is not the nicest thing to look at here. There we go. Just no. That is a good setup. 7.5 grand. Get to drive a Lamborghini as well. I'll do that. It'll take only a few minutes to get this one done. I guess we could put the front weight on. I went to the effort of giving us it. Seems excessive though. And of course I dropped it. Now planting barley, I think that is. This definitely won't take long. This is a 6-meter wide seeder. And the lovely Lamborghini R7 220. Lovely tractor. Be nice to have one of these at some point. But they are a bit on the expensive side. I think I'll do alternative strips, or roughly alternative strips on this field just for speed. Hopefully you are all enjoying this stream. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and if you're enjoying it, hit that like button as well. And if you haven't watched this stream, the previous stream, or haven't been watching the stream so far, this is the sheep pasture that we decided to build between the last stream and this one. This series is about rebuilding Goldcrest Farm, the original Farming Simulator 17 map. As you can see, I went into Giant Center, took the whole farmyard out altogether and grassed over everything, and we won't be using any of the standard cow pasture, sheep pasture, anything like that. The sheep pasture still has a fence around it, but it isn't the sheep pasture anymore. The sheep pasture is now down here. And this is of course going to be an interactive series. So if there's any interaction that you'd like to put into the series, any suggestions of what we can do or how to go about doing things, then leave a message in the chat. I'll also ask for your input when it comes to buying tractors or fields or taking out money. That was another decision that was made in episode 1 about how much of a loan we'd take out. We have a $125,000 loan currently, and that has bought us a couple of tractors and currently only 10 sheep. But unfortunately the sheep are not showing up in the field, so I've obviously done something wrong on Giant Center, but I will work on fixing that before Monday's live stream. This series will run Monday, Wednesday and Friday. and there will also be an archive playlist on the channel as well, so if you miss any of the live stream or if you miss a day altogether, then you can go back onto the channel and watch it. It's usually up shortly after the live stream ends. All these live streams will start at 9 PM UK time. Oh, we're getting over this field. We're halfway through it now. This will be another little chunk of money. I'm almost tempted to buy the likes of a chainsaw, and we can take the fifth wheel out of the pickup and maybe do a bit of tree clearing or something for a bit of money. I will be putting a dairy in at some point as well, but I want to have a good bit of money before we do that. I actually want to sort of purchase the land. I plan on putting the cow pasture and dairy in a field, or what is currently a field. So I want us to be able to buy the field, and we'll build it in stages. First we'll put in a pasture, and then we'll work on putting in the rest of the dairy equipment and things like that. Just add a little touch of realism to it. Buildings don't just pop up overnight, unfortunately. We could get more animals, Annie. I would like more sheep, but we don't have the best amount of money. 10 sheep costs us $5,000, which is a bit steep for sheep. We can't even take them into the camper with us at night, which is just half the fun, really, isn't it? We've given this field a nice alternate stripe pattern, not particularly even, but it's sped us up a little bit. I would like to also see if I could possibly have a horse field on the go. I think that would be quite nice, but I'd need to look into that one, find out what's required for it. So that's it's a bit way off. Pedigree sheep. I think it's more of the fact that I'm from Aberdeenshire, so you know what they say about people from Aberdeenshire and sheep. Sheep are cheaper than farmers' wives. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. We're 3/4 of the way through this field. This will get us, I expect, just maybe about 7.5, 8 grand. We're going quite quick with this, and if we do eventually buy this field before they get us to harvest it, that'll mean that we have a barley field pre-planted and ready to go. Well, that is true, Josie. They are cheaper than most wives, but it's all down to personal preference. I think the haircuts are still an expense that you'd have to worry about. But then again, normal wives would probably complain about you trying to sell bundles of their hair, or turning them into jumpers, for that matter. That's a conversation for therapists. That is. That's one way to not do particularly well with social situations if you're going about with a human hair jumper on. You might get some funny looks at Tesco with that one. It shouldn't take us too long. Another couple of passes on this field and we're done. That should bring us back up to, I think, near $40,000, which is not a bad place to be. So here is a question for the live chat. Should we save up and buy a field, or should we see about leasing a field? And if so, should we get one near the farm or should we get one further away? Let me know in the chat just now. This should be the last pass we have to do on this field as well, so that should bring an end to that. Any second now. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's a good chunk of money. So what we're thinking in the chat, should we lease a field or should we save up and buy one? If we have to save up and buy one, I can actually show you the field prices here. This is also where I lease them from. Currently, we can't afford to buy any field. In fact, some fields we can't even afford to lease. It shows you the size of the fields here. Apparently we can afford to lease field number 1. Generally, crops work to sort of the same time scale. There's settings here. Plant growth is set to fast, plant withering is off. So what that basically means is the plants will never die if I abandon the fields, and plants will grow in some cases plants will grow in just maybe a single in-game day to full growth. And sometimes they take a little bit longer, but it all depends on your settings. If you're running a seasons mod, for example, you have a completely new window and it tells you when you can plant your crop, what time of year the crop will germinate, and when it will be ready to harvest within a 2 or 3 day window, which is usually about, well, roughly, if you have it to the standard settings for the seasons mod for the length of seasons, that usually means between 9 and 12 in-game days for growth to reach fully grown, basically. Now, one thing I'm not sure about leasing a field is if we lease a field, I don't know if the crop that's currently in the field comes with it or if it becomes a bare field. I'm hoping that if we lease a field it will come with the crop in it, and we will then just have to maybe hire a sprayer or a harvester. We could definitely lease a couple of fields. Well, I don't know if we can afford to lease a couple of fields, but let's see, field 14 and 15, let's see if we can find them. We could definitely lease both of those, and 12, we could get these 3 fields here, we could lease all 3 of those. We should have plenty of money for that. What we'll do is we'll go and see if there is a job at field 12 before we do that. That'll give us an idea of if there's any crop in the field. There's crop in the field just now, but that doesn't necessarily mean there'll be crop in the field when I see if there's a mission. Looks like that's wheat. Wheat or possibly barley. No, it's there is no crop, it was just a cover crop. Just for aesthetics. That's 128,000 to buy this field. Well, what we'll do then is we will lease a couple of fields. Should we lease the ones immediately close to the farm, or should we expand away from the farm a little bit and see if we can get some more distance on the way? How much is field 20? We can't even afford to lease that one. That would be nice though. So would field 5 for that matter. Again, can't afford that one either. So, for the chat, should we stay local to the farm, or the camper really, or should we expand away and maybe have a look at some other areas of the map? I haven't edited really anything that far away from the map yet, just on the local farm area. I think that's also a good idea to stay close. It is a more realistic thing to do. Most farmers don't have little spots of land all over the place. So let's see, field 14, the one we just seeded, we'll lease that. We have 60 days on it. Field 15, we'll lease that one too, and field 12 here, we'll lease that one as well. Field 19, I would like to buy that one at some point. It's only 46,000, so that's a field we definitely want to buy at some point. There we have an initial outlay for fields, but that's not too bad. Let's have a look and see if those fields, they maintain their crop. What is in field 15? It's corn. That's unfortunate, but there's nothing in field 12. So what we really need to do is, I think we should, for now, we should just lease a sprayer, because they're very, very expensive. Well, there's this one here. We could afford to buy this one. Another question for the chat then, do we buy a sprayer or do we just lease one, bearing in mind that we also have to fill it? If we bought this one, that would leave us roughly $20,000, and we would need to buy pallets of liquid fertilizer to fill it up. They're 2,000 litres each, and they cost $2.5 grand each. This will take just over one of them. So what do we think? Do we buy the Pilmit Rex? Or do we lease it? Lease a sprayer? Yeah, we could definitely lease a sprayer, that wouldn't be a problem. Significantly cheaper. And we are going to need, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy 2 of these, just simply because we have more than one field to do. That leaves us $31,000, bearing in mind we also need to at some point buy a seeder, get some crop into field 12, and well, buy or lease a seeder and get some crop into field 12, and I do this every time. I need to stop coming up this way. I'll probably put a fence or something in. We are going to need the Massey down with us. That's us. We are up to 257 subscribers, so thanks to everyone who has subscribed tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying this stream. Let's go and quickly get the Massey onto the trailer. Massey has the front loader, so we are going to need it to load the liquid fertilizer into the sprayer. Let's fold this up. I did it a little bit differently tonight with the settings for the live stream. I can actually hear the music this time. Last live stream on Wednesday there, I had it set so that I couldn't hear the music, and I think I have to download some different music, because this waiting room music is just atrocious. The idea is to just serve as background music anyway. So we'll make use of the follow me mod, and of course we're going to put our beacons on. That's what we have them for. Something's not going right here. I think I had the Ford set up on follow me to the Massey and not the truck. There we go. Much better. Now the Ford's not going to grind us to a halt. Doesn't seem to be much in the way of traffic around, which is no bad thing. There's the first signpost victim of this stream. We will need to really slow things down. I think to 21 miles an hour to let the Ford keep up with us. Look at that suspension. I think I need to add a bit of resistance into that suspension. Making use of cruise control going along the highway here. Did not get that Massey on there particularly straight. If you're a new watcher, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button too. Let's see if we can get to 25 likes. Somehow the Ford is still falling behind. Yeah, this truck is needing an upgrade. This is actually a modded version of a Giant's truck. The only difference I've noticed is the beacon light on the top and on the front here. They're small features, but they're quite nice. So maybe I will change the truck out for the Giant's one. I think it will handle the fifth wheel a bit better than this one. It was the fifth wheel mod was actually made for the original and not for this particular version, so it might make it a bit better. But I'll do that. I'll do that between live streams. So let's see if we can sort of keep our truck out of the way here. Let's turn the beacons off and leave them unfolding. Go over and get the sprayer onto the back of the Ford. I don't want to keep the sprayer overnight. That's going to be very expensive. But what I'd like to do is get all 3 fields sprayed, if at all possible. and that way we can return the sprayer. Using a bale spike is not ideal for this. Strictly speaking, I didn't need to bring the Massey along with this, but I like using it. I actually think it does work if we do it like that, because that filled up rather quickly. See if we can line this one up. Yeah, that is working. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is put this this pallet on the trailer for our pickup. Just to sort of keep it a bit out of the way. Yeah, you're really not supposed to use bale spikes for this. And I'll put the Massey on as well, see if we can get them both on. Something like that. Hopefully this doesn't cause the Massey to go flying across the map. And we're just going to leave the trailer there. The truck will also be left here. Oh, the trailer's randomly rolling away. All by itself. I think I know why. That should be it. Yeah, that seems better. Alright, so we'll just leave the truck here too. And we'll go on our merry way in the lovely Ford TW25. I do like this Ford. I'm definitely going to have one of these in the showroom area that we have there. Put the beacons on as well. Nice old tractor, this one. Good bit of power to it as well. It's just a bit on the slow side. Definitely a good choice to buy it though. Welcome any new viewers to the stream. Hopefully you are enjoying it. If you are, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get closer to our sub goal. And most importantly, thank you very kindly for coming along today. Let's head down and spray these fields that we've just got unleashed. It's going to take us a little while to get there. But we have these fields for 60 days. I mean, I would like to buy them, but strictly speaking, I don't know if we're actually going to be live streaming this series for 60 different episodes. That would be, it would take quite a good few months, and I think by the time that we get to that point, FS19 will be out and I'll be streaming that instead. I probably will do a continued series on FS17 after FS19 comes out, just as sort of like a nod to FS17. Hi there, Twisted Eagle 12 Eagle. I don't currently have Discord set up, but that is something that I'm planning on doing this weekend. So keep an eye out for a community chat on my channel, or any of the live streams that I do over the weekend, and I will release details of it by the end of this weekend. But that is definitely something that I'm looking to get. I mean, the downside is I don't have row crop tires on this on the Ford, so we are going to have a bit of crop destruction going on here. Yeah, no problem, Josie. Discord is a Reddit style forum that you will be able to communicate with me, share links and things like that. It's basically like a chat room, but in a forum style. I will be using it personally for updates on series and some Discord only content, as well as it will be a place for people to discuss this live stream and some of the interactive decisions that will be made in it for the days that we're not currently live streaming. And yeah, it's more or less just a forum chat room that focuses on gamers. It's a very, very nice place to be. Hi there, Ruggles Inc. How are you today? It's not going to take us long to fertilise these fields, but fertilising is definitely something that is worth doing. I have it set to 3 stages of fertilisation, so that means I need to fertilise the crop 3 times. Doing so will give me a 90% boost of crop yield when it comes time to harvest these fields, which is definitely something we need. We don't have an awful lot of money, and we need to make as much money as possible out of these fields in particular. Now, the way it works with leasing fields is we own them, but after the 60-day period, doesn't matter what is in the field at that 60-day period, we stop owning it. So when it gets close to the 60-day period, if we cannot harvest the crop in time, we won't be planting a new one. I'm very good today, Ruggles Inc. How's your week been? One downside to putting a sheep pasture right next to a field. We're at 23 likes on this stream. Let's see if we can get to that 25 likes mark. That would be absolutely amazing. If you have just joined the stream, please say hello in the chat. I don't bite unless you really want me to, but that's a whole other conversation. My week's been not too bad. Quite busy this week. I'm working on a few new series for the channel. I'm not going to release any juicy information about that one just yet, but stay tuned and there'll be some exciting things happening very soon. That's field 15 done, so we will just go straight on to field 14. Hopefully hopefully we don't do that. That's what I didn't want to happen. Now, given that this sprayer's got quite a big turning width on it, I'm actually going to do this bottom headland first. Gives a bit more space to turn. I only bite when I'm asked to, Josie. But again, that's a conversation between me and the therapist. There's a lot of these conversations that I'm going to have. My therapist is going to have a very busy week ahead of them. It's almost time I actually get a therapist. Between the biting and the sheep, probably wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Field 15 is currently a cornfield, so when it grows it will serve the very good purpose of giving the local teenagers a place for their cars to randomly break down and for them to subsequently be murdered by a random mask-wearing lunatic. Which is all very well and good as long as they don't disturb the crop. I think that's a general rule of thumb. If there's a cornfield, teenagers have to break down near it. Hi there, Brandon Fernandez? I do apologise if I mispronounced your name there. How are you this afternoon? It's quite a slow job this, but I would like to get some big fancy tractors at some point. I did get 2 barrels of liquid fertilizer. Now I'm not entirely sure we're even going to need them. Which is a shame because I paid for them. It's not the end of the world, we keep it anyway. We own those Bowsers, so we can just take them back down to the farm and use them the next time. Which is more than likely what we're going to do. That's not ideal to have the crop grow right there when we're in the middle of it. Yeah, this is what it's like when crop growth is set to fast. It's an understatement to say fast. Crop growth is ridiculously fast. I just planted this crop about an hour ago. Now, if you've just tuned into this live stream, this is rebuilding Goldcrest Farm. As you can see ahead of us here, this is the Goldcrest Valley map that comes standard with Farming Simulator 17, and that's where the farm would be, in that large empty grass space. I have edited the map and taken the farm completely out, and left us with nothing more than a 2 implement shed and a camper as our base of operations. And we started with next to no money on Wednesday's live stream. So distracted me there, Josie. I thought the audio was broken. Yeah, we're rebuilding the farm from nothing. And what we're doing is we've just put in a sheep pasture. It's not 100% fixed. The sheep aren't in the field for some reason. The sheep have magically disappeared to wherever it is sheep go when they're not in a field. But we do currently have 10 sheep, and we will be getting more than that. I would like, to be honest, given that it's an American map and I like to go quite excessive on all my American series, I'd like at least 100 sheep, which is not an awful lot of money, to be fair. To get 100 sheep is only would only be 50 grand or so. We buy them 10 at a time, so yeah, about 50 grand. But it would take a little bit of time to move them all around. We may actually go and get another 10 sheep after we spray these fields. That's maybe something we could do. That'll double our animal income. The wool is at 2%, which is not good enough. We definitely need more sheep. 10 is not enough. But I will try and get all of this field sprayed. This technically counts as the second fertilizing stage, which might seem odd, but the field grew sort of halfway through it. So if I go back to this page, I can actually show you what I mean. Soil composition. As you can see, some of it's in the second stage, some of it's in the first stage. It's going to be a bit off, this field, to be honest. It's not going to be perfect. You can only fertilise a field once per growth stage as well. So this field is going to be a bit patchy, we might not get the best yield out of it, but the main reason for wanting this field is it is going to give us straw. When we harvest it, we're going to have barley and we are going to have straw. We're going to need to look at getting some kind of silo or building that we can put our crop in as well. Because there's no point in selling it straight away. We are going to want to keep it until we have a great demand for it. That would be the ideal scenario anyway. We'll sell it if we have to, but we'll see how we get on. See closer to the time, but at this rate it's only going to be about maybe Monday's live stream where we're actually harvesting, which is extremely quick. Right, we'll go and fertilise this field too. I pushed the button a little bit too late there. I'll just get this headland done. This is corn, this field. I'd like to get a mod where I can place scarecrows in. I think that would be quite nice. Very useful. There's some of my glorious reversing again right there. So there's a bit of wastage in this field, and for some reason it's not set to go right to the very edge. But hello everyone who has just joined the stream, or if you've joined the stream recently, thank you very much for coming along. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, hit that like button, and if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button too, and keep up to date with all my future live streams as well as my pre-recorded series, of which there are currently quite a few farming simulator series all running at the same time. Let's see if we can get to 260 subscribers in tonight's live stream. That would be absolutely amazing. That would be very nice. This field's going to be a bit less patchy because we managed to get all of it with its first stage of fertilization done. I do have a schedule for my live streams. Currently this is my only live stream, but there are more coming very soon. I have a couple of other live streams to do over the weekend, but they will be done at unusual times. Quite late on Saturday night I will be live streaming a different game. I'm not 100% sure what game yet. I'm thinking about live streaming Life is Futile, but that will be done, to be honest, very late on Saturday night. This live stream will be Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. There is a one-off live stream that will be happening. I'm not 100% sure when yet, because it will be a live stream at the end of a pre-recorded series. That is for my Letton Farm series, so if you're enjoying that series, stay tuned, because before that series ends there will be a live stream. That's how I'm going to sign that series off. But let's give the sprayer a break for now and go and buy some more sheep. Left our lovely purple trailer just up here. I do like this trailer. A very good colour choice. Very happy with that. It's a bit different. Go a bit off-road, and we don't have any animals in it just now, so we can give the trailer a little bit of abuse. Try and keep it on the road though, that would probably be a good thing. Definitely would be. So, how is everyone's night going so far? Hopefully everyone is doing just fine. It's always important to check both ways when cutting across the road, unless of course you're driving a Ford TW25, in which case everyone will be stopping to have a look anyway. Especially if you've got a black trailer with purple wheels. That's not something you see every day. I'm glad my #1 fan is excited about the trailer. I certainly like it. It's very nice. I have a special surprise for said #1 fan, coming in probably a week or so. I will be doing a custom skin for a tractor to the design of my #1 fan. So yeah, stay tuned. And that tractor, I'm not entirely sure what tractor I'll be doing it with yet, but that will be making an appearance on this series. It will also be making an appearance in probably most series, to be honest, so it won't be anything overly big. This is quite a steep hill on the way up to Mary's farm here. I think the other thing I do is when I make the custom skin for the tractor, I will make a custom skin on a trailer as well, and the tractor can have a matching trailer. But for those of you who didn't know, if you scroll down from the video, you will see in the description a whole list of links. That is all my social media links, apart from my Facebook link. I've not added that one to it yet, but my Twitter link is there. My Twitch link is there. Currently haven't done anything with Twitch just yet. And my Patreon link is there as well, where you can support this channel if you want to. It is entirely at your discretion though. And here we are, up at Mary's farm, the one place on the map that goes a bit over the top with the American flags. Emerson's livestock market. I think that cow off the roof of this building is definitely going to have to make its way into our farm when we get one built. We are definitely going to need that as like a monument in the middle of our farm. I think that would look quite cool. There's another £5 spent. Let's get these sheep in the field as well. It could be a John Deere. I don't really mind what tractor it is, as long as it. In fact, it doesn't really matter what tractor it is, because I can edit every part of it, including the price. If it's going to be a John Deere though, I will just have to seek permission of the original mod creator before editing it, as it will be making an appearance on YouTube and Twitch. I would like permission, basically. Don't want to upset any modders. If you're new here, say hello in the chat and let your voice be heard. And if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, as it would help out an awful lot and I will be eternally grateful. Luckily it's much easier to get down the hill than it is to get up it. This road is very quiet for a highway. Mod information, I generally get 90% of my mods from the in-game mod menu. So if you first look there, if it's not there, then all the other mods that I have that haven't come from there have come from FS UK. That is the best place to get mods, in my opinion. There are many places to get mods, but I've never had any problems with that site. But I don't get much from outside of the in-game mod menu. I personally find the in-game mod menu, in order to get your mod on that, it has to go through all sorts of tests and things like that anyway, so it's usually of pretty good quality. Like for example, this Ford TW25, this is from the in-game mod menu and is perfect in every way. Absolutely awesome tractor. Same with this trailer. In fact, that is also a mod that came from the in-game mod menu. It is part of the enhanced chickens pack. Chickens is another animal that I'd like to get. It's sort of like a passive income. We'll get a chicken coop and an automatic egg collector, and then whenever we're near one, we'll stop and buy and sell the eggs. It's not going to be much money, but it will be something. Definitely a little bit of money. But I think after I get these animals in, I think I should then go ahead and get the ground modification roller. Don't know how much it is. I don't think it's massively expensive, but I think we should just lease it, because I'd like to prepare a bit of land for placing our first farm building on. Because we have an awful lot of equipment now just sort of lying around, and it would be nice to have a place to put things. In case you're wondering, the reason I put the trigger up here is because there's a gate up here. The gate went in after, but my plan was to have a gate up here, and the idea was to come round from this side, like so. And for the sake of realism, you can imagine we just open the gate, bring out a couple of fences that we have in our back pockets, and unload the sheep into the field. Still no sheep in the field though. I think there's maybe an issue with my navigation mesh. I'll have a look at that over the weekend. But I think we definitely need to get a little bit more water in our tiny little water trailer. But the plan is to have more than 100 sheep at least. It's worth noting I built this sheep field in-game. I didn't build it in Giant Setter, I actually built it in-game, so it's not perfect. My plan is to build more or less the same thing in Giant Setter, but basically I ran out of time, so it's just a little bit quicker to do it in-game. But we'll get this water off to the sheep. I'm a bit disappointed that there are no there's no sheep in the field. I think I know why that is. I think it's just a setting that's off, but I will have a look at it. There we go. Apparently that'll last them 6 days. I don't think it ever actually does last 6 days. What we'll do is we'll cheat a little bit here and just kind of try and force the bale in. Saying that, maybe they don't need another bale. Let's check. No, actually they don't. At least not until it updates. But productivity is at 99%. So can't get much better than that. If you're wondering, I will be doing tutorials on how to look after all 3 types of animal as sort of like a how-to series. But that'll be a pre-recorded series. So stay tuned for that if you're wondering how to look after animals. But let's have a look here. We need to go into miscellaneous. Let's leave it in yellow because we're only leasing it. Let's lease it for $392. Take the long drive down to the shop again. Of course, another source of money is we could, if we really wanted to, go about and collect all the gold nuggets. Does take a good few hours to get them all though, so don't really want to do that one. But I'm thinking this area here, that flattened area there, that would be a good place to put a barn. There was originally a barn there anyway, but I'm thinking about a different barn if we can afford it. Having the ground texture there is half the battle anyway. Because don't really want a dirt floor. Not for our first main building anyway. Let's see if we can get 2 more subscribers by the end of this live stream. I will be streaming until about 11 o'clock this evening. So not long left, but let's see if we can get another 2 in. That would be absolutely amazing. I do apologise for that. Hit the microphone with my can of juice there. My apologies for anyone listening with headphones. Oh, a quicker tractor would be definitely nice. It most certainly would be very nice. But over the weekend I'll also be putting in the chicken purchase point where we will be able to go and buy chickens, and we'll have to transport them in our animal trailer to a chicken coop that we will have to build in game as well as part of the enhanced chicken pack. I can in fact show you that. in the placeable section here, we have all sorts of buildings here. We have these silo extensions, but they're not what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a different one. We've got bale storage. Here they are. We have an open chicken pen, or we have the fenced one. We will actually be going for the fenced one. And this is the dealer that we'll be putting in. It's free, so we'll do that at some point. Or there's this one that's trailer only by the looks of it. There is a farmhouse as well that we'll be using, so we will be replacing the camper with an actual house at some point. But the shed I would like to get is one of these mountain halls. I'm not entirely sure which one just yet, but one of those will be the one that we get. Probably the one with the most doors, to be honest. They're very good mods. They have working lights and everything in them. Very, very good. They are available on the in-game mod hub as well. So let's turn into this no entry, because of course we are. We'll pick up the roller. Try and get this shed built before the end of the stream. Be a nice way to end it, with somewhere to actually put our implements. We just still have the truck and trailer with the Massey Ferguson down here still. We will maybe take that fancy Uber driver down here again, a very quick one. One of my favourite features with Farming Simulator is the tire bulge. This was a new feature that they added to FS17, where with weight on the tractor, your tires actually bulge at the bottom. It's a very nice little feature they did there. Very subtle, but it makes a world of difference. Very nice indeed. If I could maybe just focus on driving. And if you have just joined the stream, please hit that like button if you're enjoying this stream, and if you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button, as it would help a lot. Hopefully we get to 260 subscribers in today's stream. That would be absolutely amazing. And of course you can put a message up in the chat. It would be nice to hear from everyone. Let me know how your day is going. Any plans for the weekend, anything like that, or even just say hello. Almost back to the farm. Little buildings like that at the end of the road. That one in particular I'm actually going to leave because it's next to the railway track, but I will be taking out a lot of the extra buildings that are around the map. For obvious reasons. We don't need them. That's the world's slowest overtake right there. I'm not waiting on that guy. I'll get past before he gets there. But here is a question for the chat. The ground texture that we put underneath the barn that we're going to build, should it be gravel, concrete, asphalt, or tiles? I will actually be able to show you all those different types of texture just here. Cycle through them all. This is asphalt. And then we also have very similar concrete. And then here we have gravel, very bright gravel. And then we also have paving slabs. So there is the 4 choices. Going from the back of the tractor to the front, asphalt to concrete, gravel and tiles. Which one should we go for? I most certainly can. Hopefully you're enjoying this live stream, Samantha. Nice to have you along this evening. The costs are all the same. It is just a texture change. They're not real things, they're just a texture. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way that you can lay tiles with a roller. Not in real life anyway, but those are the 4 textures, those are how they look. So which one is the better option? Which one would look best for the inside of a barn? Concrete? Anyone else have a suggestion? Concrete or asphalt? That's 2 for concrete, so we'll go for that one. We'll just fill in this whole area here, this whole flattened area, with concrete. That little edge there is going to annoy me, so I'll probably go back and fix that. Very convenient way to lay concrete. No materials required. Very temperamental roller though. I'll just get this edge over here first. Yeah, that's a relatively straight line. And of course I went and did that. Not at the end of the road, we're not going to see that side anyway. Let's get all of this done. Hello there, Aaron. I'm glad you like the tractor. It is a very nice tractor indeed. I'm not overly worried about this like sort of road edge of laying the concrete because well, I can always delete extra texture, but I'd rather have enough here that it's all filled in under the barn. This barn I'm going for doesn't have its own floor as such. So I'll just move the tractor out of the way and we'll buy the barn. Let's see here. Not a problem there, Annie. Glad you're enjoying. We want a mountain hall. Ooh, there's quite a good price difference. We'll go I think this one has 4 doors on it, which we don't need. We'll go for this one. Yeah, we'll go for this one. Oh, no, that's got a door on either side, which we don't need. This is the one we're looking for. Door in the front and a door on the side. Is that area I done big enough? Only just. That is just big enough there. Let's just double check that it's all covered in. That is a not bad guess. And we're fine around the side here. I'll remove that little bit of texture. We've got a little bit of space out the front here. And of course we can open up the doors. And there's working lights in here as well. So we now have our very first full-fledged vehicle shelter. We can also store grains in here, I believe. I'm not sure if the walls have barriers in them. But let's see here. What we want is to not remove grass, and we want it back to original ground. We'll clean up that back edge, and kind of tempted to put concrete in along here, but I don't think that would necessarily be what's done, given that there's a slope at the edge here. Let's just take all this extra concrete out from here. Let's make sure that didn't ruin the textures inside. And it's very close, but it's just right. So if you have just joined the stream, thanks very much for coming along. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Say hello in the chat. And if you're enjoying the stream, hit that like button, and if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. What I'd like to do is put in some gravel along the front of the barn here. I think this would look quite nice. Currently I'll just take it up to here. Put a second row in as well. And just go straight along here. In fact, I'll take it right up to here. Now, I currently have remove grass off, so if I just get a little bit here. And cycle back through to original dirt, or original ground. I'll just take this edge back off here. Like so. I missed that tiny little bit of gravel there. That's... and I annoy the life out of me if I don't fix that. There we go. That's looking quite nice. It's all starting to come together. Let's see if we can have one more push for likes, see how many we can get before the end of the stream in 10 minutes or so. See if we can get to 30 likes maybe, that would be absolutely amazing. Let's do this little portion of the road down here too. Cycle back through it to original ground again, one last time. Just take the excess off there. I don't want that a particularly straight line because gravel wouldn't stay. Welcome back, War God Eco. How's your night going again? Glad you've come back there. Let's see if I can just tidy this little bit up a touch. Give it a less flat edge, I think. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. This will be the first piece of equipment that we store in our nice little shed here. That's not what we wanted to do. We are looking for concrete. Leave that one right there. Let's go and get some of our equipment that's just lying out in the open air. Certainly not where it should be. The baler's perfectly fine in that shed. Our very expensive rake definitely needs to be put away. It's a very nice little shed we've got in there. I'm very happy with that, in fact. Taking all my concentration to reverse this windrower, and it has steering wheels on the back, which makes life a living nightmare for reversing it. But it's in the shed. That's half the battle. We can also put a pressure washer near the shed at some point as well. I think it's definitely something we're getting close to needing. I always forget that the Ford doesn't have a front hitch. Just doing a bit of general tidy up around the place here. We do have our animal trailer somewhere. I can't remember where I left it in the field. That's always a nice place to put it. Hi there, Andrew Jack. And yes, I do plan on doing cows. Not for a little while though. I plan on with this map, I'm not using the standard fields. This field here, although there are no sheep in it, unfortunately, seem to have made a bit of an error with the navigation mesh. This is actually our sheep pasture. The area of the map that is originally used for the sheep pasture now doesn't work anymore. I've taken everything out of it. As you can see, there is water and food triggers here, and for the next live stream hopefully there will be sheep in the field to show you. When it comes to the cows, I will be building a cow field and then building a dairy at the side of it. So it'll be quite a large setup, that one. So it'll be done in stages, and it'll be done when there's a bit more money on the farm, really. That's the main thing. We need enough money to be able to afford to look after cows. Although we have this animal trailer, I think it can only take 6 cows at a time, which is not very many. It would mean many trips back and forth to Mary's farm to get the cows, which would be no fun for anyone. Well, we're just doing a bit of a general tidy up around the place just now. You know, we just got our first barn put in. This area in front of us here is the area that Goldcrest Valley farm would originally be, but that's all been taken out. We've gotten rid of it all, and we're building the farm from nothing. And we've started with sheep and a few fields. Doing some contract work. That's what's got us these tractors so far. That's where it's leased. That's why we are using small equipment, because that is really all we can afford at the moment. But let's just go ahead and we'll park the Ford up over here. If it'll fit in the shed, that is. And let's take an Uber driver over to our pickup, because we do need to bring the pickup and the trailer back. Easier said than done. This setup is not a happy one. The truck does not like taking a tractor on its trailer. I will actually be replacing this trailer as well, with the one with the straps on it, because currently there is no straps on this trailer. So I'll be changing that for basically the exact same trailer, just with one with straps. But hopefully everyone who is watching this is enjoying it. If you are, consider hitting that like button if you haven't done so already. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button too. It would certainly help the channel out a lot. And let's see if we can get a few more likes before the end of the stream. I will be ending the stream just shortly, but a few bits and pieces left to do. With the addition of having that fertilizer bowser in the back, this truck is, yeah, not great. That was not the plan. Let's try that one again. I personally like the whole start from scratch thing. I think a lot of the difficulty settings with Farming Simulator give you a little bit too easy, which is why I'm very excited to see the new land purchasing options that come with Farming Simulator 19. I think that's a very good idea that they've changed the way that land works with FS19. If you haven't heard about that before, instead of it just being individual fields that you can buy and the rest of the land is free to work, you buy land in sort of a parcel style system. So it doesn't matter if it's fields or forestry or whatever, you buy the land in sections, sort of like it would be in real life. Let's try and get this up to the farm again. Let's do it a little bit differently this time. Let's try and not drive off the trailer with the Massey though. I think that'll be fine. We'll find out. I found out the hard way that the way I had it before is not the right way. Thanks very much for watching, Damon. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Monday. Yeah, that pallet is not happy. Probably gonna lose it. Well, that's certainly not good. But we are going to put the pallet... actually, the pallet's not going to go in the shed. The pallet is going to go over here. I'm just going to place the pallet on the ground. If it would come off. Certainly not ideal. See if we can just kind of nudge it into some sort of half decent position. That'll do. Let's part the Massey up as well. At least it's got its very own shelter now. And close this door. Turn the light off as well. Let's park this trailer up, or let's attempt to park this trailer up. I don't see any point in putting it inside. It is just a flatbed trailer. I think there will be just fine. Let's close up our other shed door. Yeah, hopefully, well, thankfully the pallet hasn't moved. And let's park up our truck for the night. Right, there we go. Truck is looking filthy. Here's our lovely sparkling clean camper home. But thank you all very kindly for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this live stream. As I mentioned, if you have enjoyed it, then you can hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, you can also hit that subscribe button and you can hit the bell icon as well, and that will notify you every time I go live or release a new video. But hopefully you have enjoyed this one. It's definitely been a fun one, a good bit of interaction in the chat. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. But yeah, thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you again on Monday with this same series. But if you want to watch a different live stream from me, keep an eye on the channel, and I will be doing something else later on tomorrow with a different game. But thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you again another time. Bye for now.